Hello and welcome to another episode of Crime Stories of Pakistan with your hosts, Naz and Jihan. Today we're shaking things up a little bit, taking a detour from our usual Pakistan cases. Instead, we're diving into a gripping unsolved mystery suggested by one of our dear fans. That's right, today's Fanosode has been crafted from start to finish by David Carroll, who was kind enough to share the story with us. David provided all the information and we turned it into a script. So thank you, David, for bringing this case to our attention and sharing it with our listeners. So we're really excited to bring to you our very first Fanosode. Our story is about the disappearance of Amanda Byrne. Amanda was a quiet, free spirited young woman with long blonde hair, striking blue eyes, tall, and a slender build. She was hardworking and employed at a local restaurant. Despite her busy schedule, Amanda always made time for those she cared about, balancing her long shifts with cherished moments spent with friends. Above all, she was devoted to her family and shared a very special bond with her younger sister, Sarah Byrne. The two sisters were inseparable, sharing a love for shopping, dining out, and confiding in one another. They had dreams that stretched beyond Ireland, often talking about moving to America one day to work and explore the world together. It was Halloween night in 2007. Amanda, like many young people that evening, was out enjoying herself with friends. Dublin was alive with a festive spirit, full of costume partygoers, kids running door to door trick or treating, and fireworks lighting up the night sky with bursts of color. The crisp autumn air carried a chill, and a soft mist moved through the cobblestone streets as Amanda said her goodbyes and decided to make her way home after a night of dancing and laughter. She stopped at a local gas station, realizing she was out of cigarettes. Inside, the fluorescent lights hummed as she picked up a pack and paid the cashier. Outside the gas station, a man stood leaning against the wall, sipping from a flask. His gray hoodie was pulled up, shadowing his features. When Amanda walked out, he lifted his head slightly and asked if she needed a ride home. Amanda offered a polite smile in decline, and she continued walking down the road. Amanda decided to take a shortcut through a wooded area near the edge of town, a choice that would later spark much speculation. It was risky, given the late hour and the eerie silence that surrounded the path. Some believed she chose this route to avoid the crowded streets filled with Halloween revelers, preferring a quiet, quicker walk home. Others wondered if she had felt uneasy about the man at the gas station and instinctively chose the woods as a safer path. But whatever her reasoning, once she entered that path, she never emerged from the other side. Amanda Byrne simply vanished. When Amanda didn't show up for her shift the next day, her family's worry escalated. Sarah and their parents contacted the police, their hearts heavy with dread, but still clinging to the hope that she'd somehow return. Maybe she had lost her way or spent the night with a friend. But hours turned into days, and those days into agonizing weeks. And the silence around Amanda's disappearance became deafening. The local police launched a thorough investigation, initially, obviously, focusing on the people closest to her. So the first person to be investigated was Amanda's on again, off again boyfriend, and he was questioned repeatedly. I mean, their relationship had its ups and downs, but he was eventually cleared. Later on during the investigation, the gas station manager told the police about the man lingering outside the gas station on the night Amanda disappeared. Fortunately, the police managed to identify him as George Dawson, a man who had a record for petty crimes, including shoplifting and assault. George Dawson actually admitted to the police that he did speak to Amanda, but he insisted that he left her alone when she declined a ride. Quote, I didn't hurt her. I swear I didn't. She just didn't want a ride, so I left her alone. Unquote. Unfortunately, the police couldn't find any solid evidence to hold George. And then, 3 months after Amanda vanished, her purse, cigarettes, and distinctive pink lighter were found on the other side of the state, a place Amanda had no known connections to. Her family was stunned. Why would Amanda's belongings turn up so far away? Even more months passed with no new developments. Then suddenly, the police received word that George Dawson had committed suicide. Inside his home, they found a strange, unsettling note in black ink that read, quote, I know who killed her, ha ha, but it wasn't me, unquote. This cryptic note raised more questions than it answered. Was George hiding something, or was it twisted last words of a troubled man? Unfortunately, Amanda's family had no closure. Sarah was now the only sole survivor. Her parents had passed away not long after Amanda disappeared. Her mother from cancer and her father from a heart attack. It was as if Amanda's disappearance took everything from them. Sarah, devastated by the loss, decided to have the case closed. She had endured years of anguish, and the constant reminders were too much for her to bear. In the years that followed, Amanda's story faded into the background. Sarah sold the family home and moved to the United States. Settled there, she started a family of her own, and she vowed never return to Ireland again. He deleted her social media. She just wanted some peace. She just wanted to move on. Father James Kelly, the priest who had conducted Amanda's funeral, was deeply moved by her story. He too tried for years to keep her memory alive within the community. He held vigils and pushed for answers, but even he eventually found no resolution. He passed away several years later. The last thing Father James Kelly said about Amanda before he passed was, quote, Amanda will never be forgotten. She's in our hearts and minds, and one day we will know what happened to her, unquote. Amanda's tragic story remains an unsettling reminder of how the most ordinary moments can take an unexpected dark turn. Even the familiar paths we walk can harbor unseen dangers. Her case continues to haunt Dublin. It's shaken by the very real loss of one of its own. Amanda's disappearance is a story that highlights the fragility of life and the enduring grief families face when answers remain elusive. We extend our deepest thanks to David for sharing Amanda's story and hope it serves as a reminder to remain vigilant and supportive of one another. If you know anything about Amanda Byrne's case, email us or call your local police. Thank you for tuning into this special Fanosode of Crime Stories of Pakistan with your hosts, Jehan and Naz. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and if you have a Fanosode to share, Feel free to email us at crimestoriesofpakistan@hotmail.com or drop us a message on Instagram on our handle at Crime Stories of Pakistan. Bye.